I want to give you a quick tip here on something that's actually working very well for one of our customers right now. They were struggling. They are actually in the IT space, and they were struggling to acquire new customers. And what we actually suggested to them, actually it wasn't my idea, but one of the teams suggested that what they should do is actually create a podcast and go interview their customers. And it was like genius. I don't know if they originally came up with that idea themselves or whatever. I mean, they just suggested it. And initially the client, there was a pushback of like, well, no one's going to watch that podcast. No one's going to listen to that podcast. And the point is that that's actually not the point. The problem the client was having was actually trying to get like future customers engaged with him in the first place. And so the idea behind it, and it's really good and it's worked really well. If you go on iTunes and go hunt for, I don't want to give the client's name out, but if you go hunting for IT equipment, actually I don't know if you'd search for it that way. It's something like that, but it's really clever. So what happens is that he now, we set the podcast up for him. And we actually do the reach out for him. So we reach out and we go, hey, we're doing a podcast. We're talking about this particular product because we know that product they're interested in. We're looking for people who have experience with it. Any opinions? We know that you're a known person in your field and so forth. And so we, I'll be honest, we just butter them up. And so the response back, and it's kind of one way or the other. It's either, oh, I need to get, company clearance, blah, 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 or whatever. And normally we just explain, we don't even need you to say your company. Because bear in mind, the point of it is not for other people really to hear this podcast, even though it's cool, the questions he asked them and so forth are kind of awesome. And it kind of, kind of raises their profile, raises their company profile and so forth. The point is, and this is the killer thing, now that person is not only aware of you, they are aware of what you sell. And so the big win here was, and what he's now seeing, is that those people that are appearing on his podcast are becoming clients of his, and not just for one or two items. Like his whole business model is, and it's office-based IT equipment. It's not like, mobile phones, and it's not like, sort of big, sort of industrial equipment. It's kind of more office-based. But the cool part is that he's picking stuff up. And those customers are wanting to get everything from them because ultimately they love the idea of getting on his podcast so they can talk about it more. And so I just thought that this was such a good, simple way to help brand yourself out as a company in whatever you do. And the idea of just contacting your customers and going, hey, you want to be on my podcast? I'm talking about X and I think you'd be really good at it, is great because you now are in a conversation with them. For starters, them and pretty much everybody in their office is going to follow everything you do. So again, check boxes, make sure all your social media's good. They're going to follow you on all of that. Which builds your audience, and all of their friends start to follow, because you can guarantee when that podcast goes out, which of course you promote it correctly and do all of that good stuff, not only do all the rest of the team members and the staff and so forth do it, but all of their friends see it as well. And guess what happens? All of their friends go, oh yeah, I know Janet who's on that, blah, blah, blah. And of course, all of a sudden, it expands out even more. Considering how many people listen to podcasts now, it's a great way to brand at any rate, but this particular method is irrelevant of whether you've got 10, or whether you've got one person listening to your podcast or you've got 1 million. The fact is that it will allow you to start a conversation with your customers. Okay, and at the end of the day, that's what you want to do. Okay, they'll buy from you eventually because you're going to put more effort into them than your competitors. So anyway, if you've done this, like I said, I don't know if this is, I'm sure other people are doing this. If you've done this and found good results, leave them in the comments below. If you've done this and it's been terrible, let me know as well, because I want to see kind of what went wrong, and if there's a way that the rest of us can learn from it as well. So I look forward to reading your comments. Thanks.